What's up, Army? Welcome back to Redemption 46 Studios. I'm Nick.
남한발라보아 안녕로입니다.
Yeah, I'm Keith.
I'm Curtis.
Y'all know the vibes. Y'all seen the picture. Y'all seen the thumbnail. Y'all know why y'all here.
Why they here, Kim?
RM, Still Life.
Ooh.
Yeah, and if you still with us, make sure you jump. Oh, Anderson Paak. The guy. The legend.
Andy.
If you still with us, hit the subscribe button, become a real redeemer today. For some reason, I don't know why I'm not subscribed, man.
Leave your door open for us.
It's a good time here.
Nick, they gotta change.
They gotta change. I was about to run into some puns and I left it to go.
Come on, just be a wildflower.
Because I was about to say, I'm fucking lonely, man. Y'all gotta jump on that Patreon.
And this is something you can listen to while you're smoking out the window.
Flower field is where we
Somebody
at.
might be smoking an indica.
Smoking it in again.
The outgo.
Is that in the
I was
same
smoking
category as the
indica
board
earlier.
Yeah, the board hat.
I had some indica earlier.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all jump on the Patreon. It's gonna be the album review for Indigo up there this week. It's gonna be the RM interview with Pharrell is up there. If y'all didn't know, the J Hope, the 2022 Mama stuff is up there. Run BTS and then the Soup pick back up this week. Just a bunch of decent BTS content in general. No long talk. We can jump into this. Stay alive.
I'm gonna have some work here this week. I gotta get curtains.
See? He's like, where you headed, bro?
I'm still alive. Yeah. I'm still alive. Yo. What? I'm still alive.
Hey.
I'm still alive. Let's go. Now still alive, but I'm moving. Just let now go forward. Yeah, 멈추지 않은 정물. Don't be one night go to. Give me no name, cause I'm untitled. 계속 전시되는 내 삶. Yeah, 그래도 사. 아직도 사. 가방 가버렸고 미래는 모르네. 두 갈래 길에서 숨 고르네. 벗어나고 싶어 이 캠퍼스의 틀. 어제와 내일이 내게 들인 그늘. 나 그저 담담하게 live every time. 24/7 you're better you're on time. 난 그저 오늘을 살아 이 돈을 좀 맞춰 같이 처음부터 그런 것이 I'm still alive.
That's fire.
Life is better than a bullet. Yeah, I'm still alive, but I'm moving. Just let now go forward. Yeah, 멈추지 않은 정물. Don't be one night go to. I'm still alive, but I'm moving. Just let now go forward. Yeah, 멈추지 않은 정물. Yo, I never stop, baby. Let's get it now. Earth day's my day one, brother. Baby, 난 돈으로 시간을 벌어. 걔네 초롱은 듣지만 닉비 버려. 꼭 벌어지듯 온라인에 목숨 걸어. Trendsetter, I'm a friend better. 세상에 좀 정도면 go get it. 결국 네가 원하는 대로 되지 않았지. 바른 걸 달리 너무 잘 살아내는 내 뜻대로. 내는 하나대로. 무게만 타탄 대로. 할 일이 없어 이제 가끔 내려올 새를. 너 빨리 날 깜빡 빼고. What the perfect all in your chain. Be better do it like you're my style. 오늘은 살아 잡초처럼 야와 화초처럼 너나 never stay. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hey Pop, what's that you doing? You know what I'm saying? I know what you're saying, bro. Shit happens in life, but you know what happens is what happens. It's gonna be what's gonna be, bro. You just gotta do your thing. Yeah, come on. I'm still alive. Y'all can lock me in the frame of moving. Yeah, I'm still alive. Life is better than a bullet. Yeah, I'm still alive. But I'm moving. Just let now go forward. Yeah, 멈추지 않은 정물. Don't be one night go to. I'm still alive, but I'm moving. Just let now go forward. Yeah, 멈추지 않은 정물. Yo, I never stop, baby. Let's get it out.
I'm still alive. You know the energy it was giving? He giving a little bit of 3 Stacks energy.
I was just gonna say that too. Damn.
He giving some 3
I was like,
Stacks
this is very
energy.
much so like, you know, mid 2000s centric Andre 3 Stacks
Without
and everything
the
like
costume
that.
changes and shit.
Definitely once he started, you know, going on like his solo journey and everything, it's definitely the vibe I kind of get, like upbeat, hip hop, if you will.
Roses really feel like.
Wait, y'all heard this all before? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, let me get my spiel real quick because I don't want to be influenced by what y'all say real quick. No, I thought this was good. I thought the video was cool. I'm gonna jump into the video later, but as far as the song, because you guys have at least heard that much.
Can we turn down a little bit? I want them to hear you.
Oh
clear.
yeah, no problem.
I want them to respect your voice.
No, but I definitely. Okay, that was weird. I definitely like the play on words when it comes to still life. As being an art major in college, trust me, I know what the fuck a still life is, and that shit is boring.
It's funny you mentioned that.
But it's like, so when he talks about framing himself and he'll still move, still life is like if we were to set up bottles or what I'm doing with my daughter now because she's trying to get into Kappa, like setting up things to draw and shade as you see it.
Right.
And you can do it abstractly or you can do it in realistically, but you're basically taking exactly what you see and transferring over to a paper or making it your own. So the double entendre of still life is fucking crazy because it's like, regardless, I'm going to be moving. And he mentions art in the first verse like maybe 3 or 4 times, or art references at least 3 or 4 times in the first verse. I was paying attention this time. And then even in the hook, you're talking about the frame. You can frame me up, but I'm still going to keep moving. And then, still life as in regardless, I'm still going to live on. Like life still happens. And like that was kind of cool. Very intelligent as far as, because at first I'm kind of like, oh, this is cool. But like I was getting into the words. I'm like, okay, I get it. Like this actually sounds like something you would open up an album with, or this would be something you would put in the middle of the album after maybe a slow, somber song to kind of change the entire vibe of the second half of the album. We've seen that with Jack in the Box, things like that. Where
This is the second song on the album, I think.
Okay, so it's in that vein, especially if your intro was you talking. This is a great jump in type track. Now this was definitely high energy. It definitely gives you beginning of the story or middle of the story transition vibe. I love all the nuances. I kind of wish you would have used more nuances, like as far as like maybe shading or like mention of charcoal or you know what I mean,
okay,
or like
Make more of a scheme.
like 2B as in like 2B like in the pencil hardness, you know what I mean, or something like that.
Some more plays and puns
Right.
on
So
art.
some more art plays or something like that, or like I scope my life the way I see fit, or you know what I mean, just something like that.
I think it's right in the
But all in all, like I can't knock what he does because he's like I said, like it might be he wanted to do more, but maybe he didn't want the language barrier to be too convoluted or you know what I mean, or too confusing, or maybe he didn't have a word that necessarily would go with what he wanted to tell, the story that he wanted to tell. But all in all, I thought it was dope. I would have probably liked maybe a big actual feature from Anderson Paak, like maybe a verse from him. But I definitely dig it because anytime Anderson Paak is on it, you may only hear him on the hook, but know that he programmed the drums and he probably produced the track at some point as well. But this was fire.
Yeah, you kind of knocked it out the park. That's kind of almost everything that RM talked about. He said he had got the concept from being in the art studio joint and seeing the still life joints and
I hate still life, bro.
and even just him, just the whole concept and everything. I love the whole train aspect of this too. Just that even if everything is changing around you and things are, people going their different ways and stuff like that, you're still on the path that you're going on and
Still
stuff.
have your own
It's
motion.
still your own, exactly. It's still motion regardless of anything that's going on. Still life. So I think you kind of knocked that out the park.
Yeah, I'll keep mine short just because Keith basically said what I would say.
Sorry.
Just no, it's not. It's cool. Lyrically, you definitely see what he's going for. There's a lot of double entendres and everything like that. You can't lock me in the frame. I'm moving. Okay, we get it. That's a play on the word still life, but it also sounds like still live or still alive. So I'm still doing my thing no matter what, comes my way, or no matter what tries to constrain me or lock me in.
You
I'm
said
still
that too, low, not to control, just to add on to your point, the whole still live. It almost sounds like you're saying still alive, almost. I
feel like that's
feels like a play on
intentional,
words
yeah.
intentionally.
Also, even the word "still," like just being
I'm
frozen,
still
kinda, like not moving,
but
versus
he's not moving,
yeah.
but yeah, he still is moving and everything like that. And I think that's what we've come to expect from Runch, but he still does it in a way to where it feels fresh and it always feels good, each new song and everything like that. I definitely would have wanted more of a Pac feature or presence on the song besides just the hook and kind of like the talking part. But I do like that they went kind of outside conventional BTS or K stuff where they won't usually do stuff like that, and they talking like, yo, bro, you feel what I'm saying? Something like that. That feels genuine. It feels like real art, and I think those type of things are the things you can't teach people. Those are like intangible type of qualities to add to a song. I don't think somebody needs to talk on every single song or anything like that, but it does feel like a stroke of genius to give it some real life. It feels like RM really meant this, and this is really going on. Asking Pac, yo, you understand what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Obviously, you had the language barrier. Anderson is, half of Korean descent. And
Really?
if you haven't heard of if you don't know his backstory or biography, try to look it up. That shit is a movie.
So this could be a mini movie.
Yeah, that
everything
shit is a
happened to
hell
his
of a
mom.
movie. But anyway, he is of Korean descent. However, he doesn't speak Hangul or anything like that. So him asking him that, obviously, most people probably think on the surface level, yes, he's asking, do you understand what I'm saying in this language? But he's also asking, do you understand what I'm saying from a figurative point, which is pretty dope. Like I said, RM is the most, out of anyone over there, RM is definitely the most MC-ish type of rapper, like golden era MC that I've heard over there, and that would kind of fit in with like the way he does the concepts and everything like that. He definitely would have, somebody with his mindset and concepts and everything like that would have done well in like the quote unquote golden era, 88 to 96 and everything like that. I can imagine, like I said, I can just really imagine him going crazy with Nas or AZ and a lot of those other Queensbridge rappers like that. I feel like he would have really, the super lyrical, heavy concepts and everything like that going on the theme. I think RM would really be dope in that type of style, and as well as doing features with artists. Like I said, I feel like when he did the song with YALL, I felt like that was the best compliment or the best comparison for what a rapper was like, a RM like rapper over here. Like I said, you guys, if you haven't listened to YALL, go ahead and take a listen. I'm telling you, they are really like the same shit. They're both Virgos too, so there's that.
Yeah.
But to wrap my point up, like I said, I really like what he did here, just playing on with the metaphors and double entendres here. Like I said, my favorite one is definitely the I'm still alive, as in the art, but I'm still alive as in I'm still in motion with no matter what. You can't lock me into this frame, no matter what somebody kind of says, which is kind of a recurring thing with BTS and RM, no matter what. But I like that he's still going there. He's going to continue to, check you without making it a diss. Without making it a diss.
Wishing well that they can keep going back to, because it's the hate's still there, and then
But the love overpowers
Would you
the
guys
hate by twos.
consider this? I mean, technically it is, but it's so minimal. Would you consider this a feature on the album that I did it with no features, but like let's say this was the only track with a feature on the album. Would you still consider the album no features, or would you give Anderson Paak a appearance on the song Wait?
I mean, he got more features than this. Are you asking?
No, that's what I mean.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he got eight. He got
like
eight features.
Like, it's
Yeah,
like
eight
one
features on
or
the
two
album.
songs without no features.
I get the
So
question
his
you're asking.
involvement
Though.
I
Is he
would-
involved in it enough for this to be considered a feature?
Right.
In my opinion, yes. Just because he did the production and everything
It's
too.
less involvement than Pharrell had in Change Clothes, and that technically is considered.
It's still a feature.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's,
so I'm-
I'll go with that.
I would go with,
Okay.
A couple things. First, shout out to RM again. Him and J-Hope have set the bar really high as far as like what these BTS albums need to sound like. This isn't a hate. This isn't a knock on anybody. They both have stepped into lanes of, and not saying that like no member of BTS is, those artist lanes. Just where we talk about how Hope World and Jack in the Box are two completely different albums, and you can see the growth.
And neither one of them sound like K-pop.
Yeah.
That's I'll put an exclamation point on your point by saying that from what these two actually, like I said, all of their solo stuff is out of the realm of K-pop stuff. They're not the first K-pop artists to have stuff like out of that realm where their solo music sounds like something different. But the way they're doing it, I haven't heard it so far in my K journey and everything like that. And I'm talking about from like people who were idols, not the K hip hop or the K R&B guys and everything like that. Because of course they're going to do things without the constraints. I'm talking about, obviously no forced line distribution. He's not being clean, whether it be Korean curse words or, American curse words and everything like that. He's not just kind of catering to a young artist or caring about the charts and everything like that. Matter of fact, on the one song, he's using 16/8 You know what I'm saying? So a 16 bar verse in the 8 chorus. When the last time you heard that in most popular music? It's not even like, and like I said, matter of fact, when we watched the Wildflower thing, I was like, yo, this 16 bars, he got 16s on all of these. And I think that's so dope that he's taking that approach, and he's like, you know, I just feel with this personally, he doesn't care about charts. I'm not getting anything that he cares about charts or numbers or whatever like that. Like he said, this is just
story over everything.
Yeah, this is just my 20s, the archive of my 20s,
off.
and I'm sharing this art with you guys. So I'll wrap my that's it for my part. I think that's dope, and I like it.
Let me ask you a question, and I don't want to get off track, even though I know Nick loves content. Pop music over here is just anything popular. So we have metal pop songs, we have R&B pop songs, we have rap pop songs. So that being the case, could it be the same for K-pop? Like we say, like they're outside of the realm of K-pop, but does K-pop, like pop here, necessarily have to have a genre?
Remember, K-pop isn't the dominant music. What we call K-pop is idol music.
But,
so idol music isn't the dominant.
I
like
get
chart killers.
I get what you're asking though, but yes, I agree. Like I think most people think K-pop is one thing, but K-pop is a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
K-pop isn't just cutesy like teddy bears running around and just like like
because that would be the equivalent to people here just saying, "Oh, pop is just Christina Aguilera and NSYNC," but it's not.
Well, that was 22 years ago.
But pop music is literally everything popular, and everything popular. So being that K-pop is really just Korean pop music. It should encompass any and everything that's popular.
That term is
I just think they don't use the word pop. They just use idol music.
Yeah, idol music is the
thing.
thing. And like I said, when you look at the charts over there, is the idols who really like smoke shit on that charts. Because I remember I read that the charts to you is Big Bang. First of all, it's IU. She owns that fucking chart. She got the most number ones ever, like by a country mile.
Darling.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then is I think it's BTS right in front of Big Bang with like 2 more number ones or something like that, or something close to that. I don't know, but I just looked
twice
at it.
up there heavy.
And then they crushed shit this year. Big Bang was on there again this year, and they barely even promoted the song. And so their song isn't technically like K-pop or idol music or whatever like that. They're just, you know, at a certain point you grow out of that anyway. But you know, I think another thing, most of third gen is kind of like coming to terms with things like, all right, it's time for us to start doing this and doing that and everything like that anyway. So I just think that's kind of a point. But to bring it back to what you said, excuse me, I think idol music is still looked at a certain way, not to the point where people can't collaborate, but to the point where you know the difference. You know when who's it's targeted for. Like I don't think this is for any music shows. That's what I mean by I don't think it's like idol music or playing any of the same beats and everything like that going. They're not doing
this will be more American.
This would be the idol music. Well, normally what he would do would be the idol music genre of K-pop. You figure he's outside of that genre, but still in K-pop.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't. I think BTS in general is outgrown K-pop. I think for real. Once Map of the Soul Persona came,
if pop is just popular music,
I'm just saying the idol music. I think they.
But is idol music and K-pop the same thing? See, like I think that I'm asking a deeper question.
K-pop is an American term for idol music, for something that's more than just music. Like the music is the main component, but remember, like I said, it's these variety shows, all the stuff that they do. He's not doing a lot of that. He's doing some. He's going on like particular shows, but they're not going on Weekly Idol. He's not going on, doing an Mnet comeback with this, or the comeback showcase, or all of that stuff like that.
In fairness, as a group, they've been stopped.
No, they haven't.
Doing a lot of that stuff.
They still was
I'm
doing
talking about variety shows. They've been doing
variety shows. No, but they still was doing Mnet and all of that stuff like that.
Yeah, they're gonna do mamas and shit. I'm just talking about certain shit. I just think they've been on their own wave with certain shit. I'm not stepping on your.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, when Persona came about, that's when I say like they really jumped from. All right, we're doing like the idol music, or we doing these type of songs and everything like that. Persona is so different
that shit turned
from everything before, just from a sonic level, and like I said, it's so worldly in big stadium type music.
To me, that shit turned into we'll do the Mnet stuff, but we doing these Jimmy Fallon shows. It's certain junkets we're doing that we're no longer showing particular love to
Yesterday's
certain venues.
price.
Nah, it's real shit. Like, or it's a massive international market that we're catering to as opposed to just playing in our backyard.
And we basically got it on lock too.
Yeah, like we gonna eat every time we go to these shows, and it's just gonna be beneficial for us and shit. But before I forget it, I just wanted to step back onto my point, and then I'll segue right back into your point. Was that I didn't know what approach he was going to be able to do, because RM's first mixtape is very much hip hop centric and just kind of bars. Mono is very much melodic and
introspective.
Yeah, like, and it's just, it has such a unique sound where I just was like, where do you go after this?
Where do I go?
Right in between.
Indigo is it's a classic album, man. It's a vibe and a feel for everything. It's just vibe music. He's telling an intricate story. He's so vulnerable. I love the approach and everything that he did. He really stepped into that artist lane where at this point it's just like we been knew they can make any type of music and shit, but it's just even solo work is just, I don't know if it's one thing that like him and most of the other members really can't do as far as music goes and shit like that. And this is kind of just another notch in his belt. This is a tough debut album at that as well. I think he done killed the charts for everything. I think the number 1 soloist album for a Korean, like on Spotify and a couple other joints, number 1 most places and shit.
What, RM with this one? Mm-hmm. He took down Jack in the Box?
Whatever it did, they made it seem like he broke a lot of records and stuff like
That's
that.
when I gotta do. That's when you gotta do your own research, because I feel like that's gonna be said with every release. This is not hate either. I'm just saying, like, because there's been some things that people said, and then when you go look at it in context, it's like, oh.
It's also so many different platforms and other things that when, not to say when niggas throw things out like that, it could.
Because I don't just do this with BTS or K-pop artists. I do this with everyone. I'm saying, wait a minute, because every time somebody drops something, they be like, yo, this is the number 1 thing at this. And I'm like, hold up now, wait a minute. He was like, yo, it's number 1 at iTunes. Yo, it's number 1 at Apple Music. Yo, this is number 1 there. I'm just the number 1 podcast.
I think it was number 1 at iTunes.
I'm not just talking about him. I'm just saying in general. So like I have to go look and see, because I'm like, wait a minute, you said this is number 1. And he was like, well, yeah, number 1 on the rap podcast list and everything, like stuff like that. So
like, I got you, bro.
It don't matter what somebody said. I'm gonna go do my own research. You know what I'm saying, to be sure. I've learned that over the past.
I like
year.
when people actually send like a link or something or something else, as opposed to kind of just saying something. There's only a few people that stamped enough for me to say something. I'm just like, all right, your word is
we
mine.
don't appreciate what you do, Army, not Army.
If Army not Army say something, it's a little different. I know she's
she basically gives you a bibliography.
She had a lot to say. So she had a lot to say about this too, about some of the numbers and stuff. And I'm not gonna paraphrase and shit, but it was a lot said about the numbers. But like you said, I'm the same way with any artist. When you hear this person broke number 1 with number 1, and you be like, hold on, wait, because last week y'all said it was this.
Because I'm still hearing Bad Bunny is still outselling everybody in the world, and then it'll be like, yo, this is number 1 on this.
Allegedly the biggest concert money ever, most sold out venues ever.
I still haven't heard a song from him this year.
Like
his album fire.
I hear people say it's so much music.
Bunny album fire.
What you don't listen to Bad Bunny?
You know, Nick like the.
You know, I like that sound.
Yeah, he like the hyper pop, the pop. I mean, the pop music sound.
Yeah, he had a whole bunch of.
Yeah,
you would like it.
He like to shake his rump.
Trust me, I definitely like it.
Yeah. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna let Kurt and everybody like finish their points. But RM has really just launched himself into a stratosphere of really like those greats. We talk about some of the K-pop greats, but I do think his contemporaries and his peers and everything at this point are kind of like not so much like the Pharrells in them, but you see he's having like those interviews with them. They obviously respect him a lot, and I think that I don't want to disservice anybody like an SK and shit like that, but I do just feel like his people are more so the people who chart over here now. I don't think he would look at certain like K groups and be like, well, I gotta make more than. Well, first of all, I don't think he cares about numbers. But if it was to look at peers, I think more so his peers are more of like the Drakes and the Beyoncés and everything, all like that and shit.
That's a heavy claim.
It is and shit, and I think numbers will back him up and stuff like that. I do think that. Now I'm gonna be honest. This is my American side talking. That people shouldn't drop around the time Beyonce, Hove, and Drake and all them drop.
That was gonna be one of my caveats to say. Hold up, like. I
don't think people should drop around those times. You see no one drop when her loss came out.
Yeah.
People knew to kind of be around that spread.
All that being said, I think that any member of BTS would be cool if they.
Well, I think Army would carry. I think Army would carry, but me and Lo do be wanting to see numbers. I'm not gonna say unskewed numbers, but numbers of people just fucking with music, just to fuck with music, not just your fan base. Making sure your numbers are cool.
Well, they stopped counting replays and all that shit like that. So we see a total change in the numbers. What's the last song that really like rocketed to 250 million views in like a week, a short span or some shit like that? Like even the Blackpink John, they got it to 100 mil in like a day. The very first John, Pink Venom, but then Shutdown, which is a 10 times better song. It was a little bit slower because of, you know what I'm saying, what happened before and everything.
They changed the way they count.
Yeah, so, and like I said, YouTube has combated that, and then the charts are, you know, once they introduced streaming to the charts, it was already fucked up. So it's never going to be like it was before, where physical copies and, you know, certain things like downloads and all that stuff like that kind of factor. Because streaming, you could really do anything. If you got the focused fan base, your numbers can say anything. You know what I'm saying? Or
I think he had crazy physicals too and shit. So
yeah,
they definitely do.
Yeah, he has some crazy physicals still too and shit. But like I said, I respect what you're saying.
No, I'm saying
I get what
so
you
the
mean
physical
too,
is a better barometer.
Oh yeah, because it's actually in hand.
Yeah, that's a good barometer to really tell how much shit is shaking up and everything like that. But like I said,
I remember when physicals was going
but
out.
You're not wrong, and it's not just K artists. It's American artists where numbers not numbering for certain people neither.
You could be doing like 13,000, but got like 20 million followers. Saweetie did like 2,000 or some shit like that.
But you know what it is too? It's the exclusivity of being able to get the song in a certain way at a certain time and only getting it that way at a certain time. Whereas
2,000 units is fucking ridiculous.
But now, like everything is streaming, everything is easy access. Like I don't necessarily have to buy the album to hear the song anymore. And you know, it used to be like the mixtape or the bootleggers. Now almost everything's if you put it on YouTube as a video or a color coded, you're pretty much cutting your streams in half.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's just the ability for access takes away from the exclusivity of getting it a certain way.
That's exactly what it is, and that's exactly why there will never be another Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I think it's going to be too hard to even count if something went diamond. Or
First of all, fuck the numbers. You have to innovate something to even be Michael Jackson.
Even aside from that, just the marketing of getting your stuff to be put out there. You know what I mean? Like it's like even aside from it being bought, just promotion in general is, you know, so much.
Because you don't even know what promotion really even works anymore these days. Like, remember people used to do scandals or some shit like that. 50 Cent got shot. Like, you know, Usher cheated, but it really wasn't Usher. You know, all of this type of stuff that kind of,
It was JD.
It was JD, yeah. All of this kind of stuff that used to propel super albums. Yeah. You can't do that no more. Crazy. People don't care if the music's not good and it doesn't really reach people or it doesn't wake something up in people. It's just not going to happen because everyone doesn't have to listen to the same thing. Everyone doesn't have to watch MTV for the general pop stuff. Everyone doesn't have to watch BET for things. I don't have to listen to the radio. Only time I've listened to the radio is when I've been in a car that didn't have like an aux or something. And even then, I tried to put headphones in while I was driving. Dangerous, but I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna have my music. So,
but even then, with the way the landscape is, something's gonna change the algorithms again, or the advent of some new technology or a new streaming service, or them starting to bundle streams and do things. Things are gonna change again and shake things up again. It's just gonna be really hard to track anything since everything isn't physical no more. Right. Now it's trying to find a metric like, damn, does 1,000 listens count as one physical sale? Or, you know, just kind of what's up with the what's up. So we gonna see what's up. Music is in a crazy place because it's really hard to gauge numbers now and not know what's bots, what's niggas just falling asleep with shit on repeat, ironically before. Artists telling people to stream their stuff massive amount of times when really you only really want to hear the like the album one time or something. So
but I think it's also hard because I almost lost my point. Pull it back. I think it's also hard because like physical copies, they're not as appealing anymore. So
fuck no.
So I think I said this before.
I gotta go into the store to pick this shit up.
Well, I mean you can order Amazon and that's
now I gotta wait.
Yeah, but that's what I do.
Like, play this song.
Like my daughter likes the My daughter likes the physical copy. She wants all Stray Kids and Twice and shit.
Physical tunes is lit to me if you're more of a fan.
They are, but they do it differently there as to where they do it here. Remember how you used to get the physical copy because you actually gave a fuck who produced it.
You cared to produce it. You wanted the lyrics.
You want the
lyrics.
lyrics.
Remember when B2K and all that? Remember they used to have like little posters and shit in there.
Sometimes,
but ironically, but see, that's what they're doing now.
You know,
sometimes you get a bonus track and things of that.
Definitely.
But see now, with everything being digital, I don't need to go get
But
the
they remember they did that themselves too. But then niggas do that shit right on YouTube as well and everything. So it just was, you know,
like
but
you're taking away all of the
sales. I would say.
Nah, for sure.
It does, but I don't know if those things still
shit. I like they vinyls
hold water anymore. And
shit.
So like
I would get
having
a
the vinyls is cool, but how many people have a record player? So like if you're getting it. Whatever. If you're getting it, you're getting it just for nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? Like I told, like my daughter
looks cool.
My daughter wants the physicals, and I'm like, you don't even have a CD player. She's like, I play it on my Xbox. Like, you're not gonna fucking do that when you got a Bluetooth speaker and you play it off your phone anyway.
Your fucking phone right here.
Right, like she's got premium everything and like a big Bluetooth speaker. You're not gonna play it off your like.
We're lazy, bro. In 10 years, music might be getting downloaded to your fucking brain. So it's just we don't. I got the whole album.
Play so far going.
You cheated. It's like I ain't listening.
No, I was just about to say that. I was like, yo, Lord, what you doing over there?
He said, "Yo, the RM lyric just fell out his eye."
Nick,
he glitched.
Minority Report.
There's like, yo, Dreamcatcher got to come back.
I know.
I know.
It's really good. It's really good.
Saw the video 6 times.
That shit crazy. Every 5 mind reads is one listen.
I'm
giving them ideas and shit. Somebody watching this like they're onto us.
Don't get a bad link.
Like taxes at the end of the year.
You got a bad link. You got a virus.
Oh my god! Hey, that's a good joint.
Yeah, what's up, Kurt?
Yeah, we bid too much.
Let me write my notes right
No, a lot of my thoughts are still the same on the song itself. I do like the repeated listens of it. I do like the elements of the lyricism and the wordplay, of course. I really like how a lot of the video tied into everything, of course, like, you know, the whole idea of moving, you know, and him kind of setting that on a train, the background being still itself, keeping with, as, you know, Keith had said, the drawing aspect, but also being like stuck in life, even though you're on a track, but you're not kind of going anywhere. You know, that whole in-between kind of tug of war seeming aspect. Then, you know, keeping it with the aspect of the sides of the train itself kind of dissolving away much into the wind, keeping like the idea that this is all like kind of illusion. It's something that's like mentally kind of going on with you and kind of freeing yourself from those limitations, allowing you to kind of, ironically with art wordplay as well, going from like a 2D to a 3D to I guess a 4D, kind of like, you know, expanding you know, that aspect of it. But I like how the video kind of touched on those things. I like how it was simple yet effective, but I also like that there's like elements of the choreo kind of in it, and I mean choreo in the lax sense, as far as like, you know, because he infused so much personality into it. So I like that, you know, because they start it in a relatively serious manner, you know, him reading the book, kind of seeming like he's deep in thought, and then it just cuts to, you know, or the layover, I guess, of Anderson's words. So I thought there was a lot of playfulness, and it definitely picked up the vibe of the song like immediately. But no, all in all, I thought this was really solid. I do like the song. I like definitely RM's ear for production, as we, you know, kind of talked about in other tracks. His choice for features is definitely something that's standing out for sure. And I like definitely where this is in the album, what it represents, and ultimately just how many different sounds he's kind of been able to give you in this you know, short amount of time that we've kind of been checking out other tracks on the album. Yeah.
Real quick, this kind of reminds you, especially with the horns, it reminds me of the way you move.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, it reminds me of like some flighty, you know, mid 2000s or mid 2000s like
Anderson
rap
Paak would be like
pop
Sleepy
rap.
Brown.
Yeah, this was funny. I don't think I did the 3 Stacks reference when we listened to it the first time. If I did, then that's crazy. But yeah, you good, Keith? Anything else from there? You good, bro?
I'm still alive.
Yeah, man, jump in the comments. Tell us how y'all felt about this. We had a lot of conversations. Some we had to cut short because, you know, out of respect for RM, certain conversations should be had on other videos that pertain to that information. If y'all feel any type of way about anything, jump in the comments and send us some links, and let's have a grown conversation.
Tell us why you're mad at
so
love.
far I only got about 6 people that even sent me to John.
I'll re-put it up on Patreon and do a post for you so that way you can
post it on Patreon and YouTube in the community, John.
Yeah, so we can redo that. But yeah, make sure you guys are on the Patreon, man. This has really been a crazy month. It's low key even in just the first couple of weeks, but one of the craziest couple weeks with drops on there just because of all the Gen content, all the RM content, all these comebacks. We got some gods that's coming up. We jumping into some dance practice stuff today, some LeSera Finn stuff today, some more 2022 Mama stuff is also for today. So make sure y'all jump on there, man.
I'll announce the winners next week's drop. So
okay. Other than that, we love you guys. We're gonna holler at y'all.
Take care.
Peace.